We're out here at the scene of an officer-involved shooting that happened this afternoon, just a few hours ago. One of our deputies was involved in a pursuit here in this area. It started with a traffic stop here at Military near 1604. The suspect ran from the officer on foot, bailed out on foot, ran through a wooded area and into this RV park behind me. At the time of the foot chase, the suspect was wearing a heavy jacket, and the officer was not able to determine that if the suspect was armed at that point. Once they got to an area here in the RV park, the suspect turned on the officer and produced a shotgun from out from underneath that heavy coat. He fired several rounds at the officer from that shotgun. They appeared to be slug rounds. The officer did return fire several times with his service weapon. The suspect was shot several times, looks like in the lower extremities and in the upper body. Several times. That suspect was taken from here in critical condition by Air Life. Thankfully, thankfully the deputy was not injured as a result of the shooting. He did an outstanding job. I can say that he maintained cool under pressure and certainly reacted the way he was trained to.
Explain to me a little bit about what you just said about a shotgun, but slugs. What does that mean to the person who doesn't know anything about guns?
Well, for people that don't know anything about shotguns, so there's different types of rounds that you can put into a shotgun, and they've got different sized pellets. If you're hunting birds, it could be smaller pellets, and it's more pellets in there. If you're hunting, bigger game animals, it may be bigger pellets that there's fewer of in there. These are slugs. It's one single projectile that's probably the diameter is about the size of maybe a nickel coming out, but when it impacts, it hits and makes a hole about the size of a quarter, and then the exit round is the exit hole is actually bigger than that. We know that because that two of those rounds actually struck a pickup that's nearby. These two rounds are probably about 6 inches apart and made a pretty decent size in this hole in this pickup, exited out into the bed of the pickup, went through the bed of the pickup and out the other side and into an RV that was there. So these are very powerful rounds that this suspect was putting out toward our officer. But thank God the deputy's okay.
And while all of this was happening, this was a Friday afternoon. Were there other humans in this park?
This is a populated area. I mean, definitely very irresponsible actions on the part of this suspect. And what I can tell you about this suspect is he's a 35-year-old male. For lack of a better term, he appears to me, in my personal opinion, to be a career criminal. He's got quite a lengthy history. Several convictions, several other charges pending indictment. I believe he's out on bond for a couple of other charges. Pretty dangerous individual. And again, thankfully our deputy's okay and reacted well.
Sheriff, can you give us an idea of the proximity of the exchange of gunfire to the RV park and if civilians were in danger?
Well, it happened in the midst of the RV park. Civilians were definitely in danger as a result of the actions of this suspect. The deputy was very accurate with his gunfire, did a great job of surviving this encounter.
How long has the deputy been with?
The deputy is about a 7-year veteran with the sheriff's office. Of course, a couple of years of that were in the jail. He's been on patrol probably about 5 years.
How many vehicles damaged and how many RVs?
One vehicle, one RV that we can see for now. Our crime scene detectives are out in the area right now. We're searching. We're going to be out here for several hours, so we would ask that area residents be patient with us. We understand that this is a huge imposition, a huge inconvenience, but it's very important that we process this scene correctly.
Can you tell us about the criminal history? Does it deal with drugs, gangs? What?
I couldn't be too specific at this point, but what I do know is there is some evading arrest type charges and some violent offenses in there.
What does that scene over there have to do with this over here? What was he driving?
Well, that's where the initial crime scene, or the initial incident happened, that's where the traffic stop happened. I believe he was driving a silver import type vehicle. He abandoned that vehicle there and ran on foot through this wooded area to the point where we are now.
That was stolen? Or not?
It comes back clear.
Can you tell us what prompted that traffic stop?
It was some sort of traffic violation. I don't have that information handy, but it was some sort of traffic violation.
¿Alguacil puede explicar más o menos qué pasó rápidamente?
Sí, el oficial paró el sospechoso en un carro que estaba aquí en Military junto a 1604. El sospechoso huyó a pie, se fue por el monte que está aquí y llegó hasta esta área ahorita. El sospechoso empezó a dispararle al oficial con una escopeta. Le disparó varias veces. El oficial logró dispararle al sospechoso también. El sospechoso fue baleado aproximadamente 4 veces. Afortunadamente el oficial no fue herido.
¿Tiene antecedentes criminales el sospechoso?
El sospechoso tiene historia criminal.
Was anything said? Did he say anything to the deputy before he opened fire?
I don't know what words, if any, were exchanged between them. I can tell you that from the time the suspect ran on foot to the time the deputy called shots fired was about 7 minutes. So there was quite a bit of interaction there between the foot chase and the exchange of gunfire.
In the real
Can you give us
world,
his condition?
The suspect is in critical condition. He was taken from the scene by Air Life. I don't have any further updates as of now.
in the real world, birdshot is used for birds, but what would a person use a shotgun slug for besides shooting people?
Well, yeah, so there is a practical purpose for slug shotgun rounds. Some people use it to hunt larger game like deer, coyotes, things of that nature. In this instance, I don't know that this was even a hunting gun. I mean, it was quite clear that this suspect intended to kill this deputy.
Sheriff, how many of our suspects was the suspect and the deputy, close proximity of each other when they were
I'm just looking at what I can see from this crime scene. It happened within 20 to 25 feet of each other. They were, for all intents and purposes, especially with a weapon like that, they were way too close for comfort, basically toe to toe. Okay? Thank y'all.